All right, third graders, this is towards the end of our measurement unit because we've already done length and we've already done capacity. So now we are going to be working with our last topic, which is weight and mass. When you measure something, there are all types of tools that can be used. Depending on what you are measuring, different tools are required. Look at the ones below. Which tools might be used to measure the weight of something? Weight is how heavy something is or how much it would weigh. So which ones do you think we should circle? Well, ruler would be length, which we know. A teaspoon, that's not going to be weight. A measuring cup, a thermometer. This would be a scale that you would stand on. A scale to measure food is the red one. And then the bottom right-hand corner, I don't recall exactly what it's called, but it is some type of scale. Okay, hopefully you said the red one. Hopefully you said the one that you stand on to get your weight for your body. And hopefully you said the bottom right-hand corner as well. Very good. A scale and a balance are tools that we can use to measure weight. We often see these tools being used to tell the weight or mass of an object. Which tool do you think would be the best to compare weights? A balance would be. Yep, because you can put something on the one side and something on the other to see if they're equal, to see which one weighs more or which one weighs less. A scale will tell you the weight of an object using numbers. What does the scale say the pumpkin weighs? That is right. The scale shows that the pumpkin weighs 15 pounds, okay? And just for those of you that might have forgotten, the abbreviation for pounds is LBS, period. Okay, I know it doesn't have an L in it. I know it doesn't have a B in it, but that is the abbreviation for pounds. Now that you are understanding what weight is, we are going to practice looking at some different amounts on scales and balances. You will record, which you don't necessarily need to do, you can just say it, the correct weight or mass. And remember that the units may not always be the same, so pay careful attention to the units on each scale or balance. So if we were in class, I would give you the brochure and have you record. But since we are not in class, you can just say it out loud. All right, look closely at this scale, the red one again. And what is the weight of this puppy? That is correct, 18 pounds. Now remember, LBS is what you are shown on the scale. However, the word pounds is written out, P-O-U-N-D-S. Okay, look at this balance. What is the weight of the bucket of water? You can tell because they are both even. That is correct, 5 pounds. A football would weigh about 1 pound. Think of something else that might weigh about the same as a football. Now you're not going to draw it, but you're just going to think out loud. Okay? In the United States and a few other small countries, the system of measurement that is used is called the Customary System. There are 2 units of customary weight that we will learn. So you can see the orange. The smallest unit of customary weight we will learn about is an ounce. So if you think of a slice of bread, that weighs 1 ounce, just one piece of bread. Can you think of other things that weigh about 1 ounce? An ice cube before it melts. A lemon slice. 2 coins, and these look like they would be quarters. Or a key, like your house key. The largest unit of customary weight we will learn about is a pound. A loaf of bread weighs about 1 pound, so a whole loaf. It takes 16 ounces to equal 1 pound. Can you think of some other things that would weigh about 1 pound? So think of a loaf of bread. What would weigh about the same as a loaf of bread? A cell phone, an empty basket, a can of food, and probably the smaller cans. A guinea pig, depending upon how big the guinea pig is. So a smaller guinea pig. Now, using what we've learned about ounces and pounds, let's make some good estimates for the weight of different objects. So remember, an ounce is like a slice of bread, and a pound is like a loaf of bread. So what would we use to weigh a baby rattle? Would we use ounces or would we use pounds? Remember, a baby's not very strong. They can pick them up. That is correct, ounces. What would you use to weigh a suitcase? Ounces or pounds? Remember, you put all your stuff in there. Shoes, jackets, coats, shorts, pants, shirts. Things for the bathroom. Yep, it should be pounds. What would you use to weigh a sandwich? Ounces or pounds? Yep, ounces. What would you use to weigh a shark? Pounds for sure. All right, I'm going to click to see the objects appear, and then we need to sort them to where they need to go. Ounces on the left or pounds on the right. So we have a leaf. I'm thinking that that should go in the ounces. It does not weigh very much. A fan, that's going to be a little bit on the heavier side, so I'm going to put it in pounds. A fishbowl, that's going to weigh a little bit, so I'm going to put that in pounds. A goldfish, I'm going to put in ounces. They don't weigh very much. A hat, I'm going to put in ounces. Shouldn't weigh very much either. A bag of flour, that's going to be heavy. Heavy. All right, so now we're going to show what we know by doing an assessment check. If you want to write this down on a piece of paper or whiteboard, you can, but you do not have to. You can just say it out loud. So which tool below can be used to measure weight and mass? Think of that very first page that I showed you. Which one would you circle? A, B, C, or D? That is correct. It should be the scale. Okay? Oh, I guess it didn't really show us the answer. Let me go. I don't know if I can go back. Nope, it doesn't. But I'll tell you the answer. Okay, the answer is the scale. What is the weight of the jelly? Well, it tells you. So what does it say? That is correct. It says 8 ounces. OZ stands for ounces. Draw and label something that would be equal to about 1 pound on the scale. Well, you're not going to draw, just say what you would draw. And I would do the example that they've been giving us, which would be a loaf of bread. Which unit should be used to measure a popsicle? Ounces or pounds? Well, a popsicle doesn't weigh very much. So I'm going to say ounces. What is the best estimate for the weight of a hammer? A hammer weighs a little bit. So I'm going to say it's not A, because that's barely anything. I'm also going to say not B. C would be 2 pounds, which would be 2 loaves of bread, which don't weigh very much. And I want to say hammer is like really heavy. And then D would be 10 pounds, which is a little bit lighter than tuck. And I don't want to say it's that heavy, so I'm going to go with C. All right, that is the end of our slideshow for today. Go back to Google Classroom and see what you need to do next.